Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about what if analysis tool. Okay, so what does this what if analysis tool does is basically it checks, like you have to, like when you want to show what are the output for your given input, then you can use this tool. Or when you want to per se you want to have you will you give the desired output, and you want to see what inputs can be kept for that desired output. Also in this case you can use this what if analysis tool. Okay, we will go through what if analysis tools one by one. So first of all, where are those tools located? So they are located at this data tab and inside this forecast group. Okay, so what are those tools? You can see those tools are scenario manager, goal seek, and data table. We'll talk about it one by one. So first of all, we will set up an example to better make you understand about it. So for example, there is one typical example of where we buy at certain price, we sell at certain price, and we will see what profit or loss we are getting from this. Okay, so so for say, like I bought something at 100 rupees, and I get a profit which is sell minus buy. Okay, and okay, so now I'm getting minus 100, but because there is no sell value. But okay, so we will talk about first scenario manager. What is scenario manager exactly? So scenario manager tool is basically one of the interesting tool where you like first go to add, and you just create a scenario where so in our case, our scenario is that we like give that at this certain selling price. Okay, and we will get the profit for that selling price. Okay, so we will name the scenario at cell 1. Okay, and we will check what cell you want to change, so that is this cell, and click OK. And okay, so what value do you want to give to this? So I will give 130, and okay. So as you can see, when you click, the scenario is created where we are giving the input. Okay, and in this cell, cell inside the selling price, and we will take will have the output. Okay, so for having the output, click select the scenario and click show, then you will get the output. Okay, close this. Okay, but in this case, when you close it, it will not like it will not give you the option to go back. Okay, so next tool is our goal seek tool. Here we change the output at this scenario manager tool, where we are changing the input to get the output. Now we are changing the output to get the input. Okay, so first of all, we have to set the cell. Okay, I have set the cell as this because this is the output cell. To value, what value do you want? So for example, I want the profit about 149. Okay, and by what cell you want to have this value? By changing what cell? So by changing this cell. So and click OK. Now as you can see, there is this target value. Okay, means for this desired output, for this output what input you get. So for this output, your input is 249. Okay, if you click cancel, then it will go to the previous like the previous value where there was 130, and if you click OK, it will retain these values in these cells. Okay, cells, but I don't want, so I will click cancel. It went back. Okay, so third is the data table, which is basically same as the scenario manager, but in scenario manager we only dealt with, like we only gave one input. Okay, and also at different scenario name, but at this data table we can give multiple inputs. Okay, so we will do this. Okay, so first of all, we have to select, okay, what you want to change. Okay, so I want to, like you have to select the both input column and both output column. Okay, go to this and data table and select in column input cells. Okay, so why column input cells? Because you are changing the column values. Okay, so column input cell means we have to select this cell value. Okay, and because this we are feeding the input. Okay, so for scenario manager and for data table we have to feed the input, but for the goal seek we have to feed the output. Okay, output as well as input. Okay, so we are feeding the input and click OK. Okay, okay, so what is the key difference between the scenario manager and the scenario manager and the data table is that we give multiple inputs to the data table, this tool. Okay, so what I mean is, for scenario manager we have only I have only given one criteria, but you can also give different criteria. Okay, like, okay, so for that, I like, for example, I have given like these uh, okay, so I have different criteria. Okay, different inputs. Okay, so first input is 130 and all, 130, 140 and so on. Okay, so for calculating the P&L for these inputs, whether I can use scenario manager or I can use data table, but data table is more suitable, where first you have to select the input columns and output columns, go to data table and select the column input as the selling price cell. Okay, the first one, and click OK. Now as you can see, you are getting the P&L for the corresponding selling prices. You are getting the output for the corresponding input. So here you can work with multiple inputs, but in case of scenario manager you are only working with like one input. So that is the main difference, but I think both does the same work. The scenario manager also like accepts the input and it will show the output according to that input, and the data table at the goals, the data table also does the same. It accepted the input, the multiple inputs, and gave the multiple outputs. Okay, and other thing is the goal seek is entirely different, where we get the like we it accepts the output and it gives the input which is like which is for that given output. Okay, okay, so that's all. See you in the next one.